What is going on, everybody? This is Deshaun over at Don't Give a Bit, and one of the very first things I wanted to do hopping back into video game content was give my first impressions of Rogue Heist, a third-person heist-like game released by Lifelike Studios today on Steam in early access. Now, with that being said, one of the very first caveats I want to say is that I understand that this is an early access game, and I will be judging it based on that. One of the very first things that I thought of when I saw this game was a mix of Payday and SOCOM. SOCOM Navy SEALs is one of my favorite games, and I really thought that this was going to capture a perfect blend between Payday, which I think is a fantastic heist game, and SOCOM. This is going to be competitive 6v6, and that's not what I got. Instead, what we get is a game that fails to find its own identity. Not sure if it wants to go with a class-based shooter, or if it wants to go with a run-gun style gameplay, or even if it's supposed to be targeting a co-op, team, goal-oriented gameplay. It just kind of fails at all three. Now, one of the major concerns I have with this game is the wall play. In third-person shooters, one of the biggest assets you have is the camera. The camera is used to peek around corners from the right side or the left side as you use the wall for your cover. Now, I understand first-person players hate this mechanic, but in third person, it's a necessity. The issue that Rogue Heist has is that it locks the camera to over the right shoulder only. Now, the major problem with this is you can't peek a left wall without exposing your left arm, your left shoulder, your chest, and your head before you can reveal your gun and actually fire back. This allows your opponent to understand that you can only peek from the right side and they'll cover the right side. Otherwise, you can't shoot back, and they understand this. Now, with that being a broken mechanic in this game, it really offsets the competitiveness of the third-person shooter. It's unfortunate, but it's a major flaw. Now, I don't know if the developers have already addressed this or if they plan on fixing this. I have not looked into it. Like I said, this is just my first impressions. Another thing I'm not really feeling too much right now is the movement. For that, I kind of give it a pass because I think that the movement's going to be addressed once the game actually comes into a final release. But as of right now, the movement just feels off. And what I mean by that is the momentum is in a weird way where if you jump, you just keep floating. Or if you're sprinting and then you shoot, you come to a walk. But if you're running and you reload your weapon, you also come to a walk. But then you can press shift again and just sprint through. Like I said, for a lot of those things, it's kind of understood that that is just more of a early access, mix out the bugs things. But as of right now, it just doesn't feel good. And I honestly think that an early access gunplay game should have fantastic movement and gunplay. You have to sell people on the original idea first before you expect anything to come out of the early access. You got to have everybody hop on board, and as of right now, I don't feel like it's one cohesive unit. Instead, everything just feels like a whole bunch of separated ideas that just got thrown together in one mixed bag, and it's just not coming out the way that it's intended. Now, one problem I do have with this game is the fact that it's called Rogue Heist, yet the first game mode you would get access to is not Heist. It's actually just a regular plain team deathmatch, which doesn't make sense because there's another game mode in there called Run and Gun that's not available until the 22nd. So Heist mode's not available until level 2, which took me roughly about like 4 or 5 games. And Heist was broken, which once again, early access, give it a pass, free to play game. But if Heist is broken, I can't play ranked until a high level. I can't do the Run and Gun mode because that's not out until the 22nd. What am I playing this game for? It's just a shooting range. I don't get it. You got to put your best foot forward, or at least put out the game mode that you advertise. That's the one that we're coming in here to play. I wanted to play a third-person Payday type game, not run-of-the-mill shooter target practice game. I can play that somewhere else. I also believe that the game is going towards a class-based gameplay, something kind of like Overwatch or Team Fortress, things of that nature. But as of right now, they give you 2 classes only. However, those 2 classes are the only ones that you're able to use those skills, and they're on each different team. So for one of the classes, the Assault, you can use the Grenade, or if you're using the Support class, you can use the Wall. However, if you choose an Assault, when you have the Support class as your hero, you can't use the Grenade anymore, and vice versa the same way. So as of right now, you're not able to use these other things, and I'll be honest, I think a lot of that comes with unlocking the rest of the classes, and I'm just not willing to put in that time as of right now. Now, this isn't to dog on the game. Honestly, it is a free-to-play game, so I think everybody should give it a try. What's not right for me may be right for somebody else, and they might see the joy in this. I can easily see grabbing a couple of your buddies, free-to-play game, hop in there, do a heist, and just having some fun. So I don't want this to sound like some type of deterrent for trying out this game. It's just not for me, unfortunately. I just don't think that the game has sold me on its mechanics and its core gameplay loop for me to invest any time with it past this early access time. But I do recommend everybody give it a try. Games are fun. Games are cool. Sit down, shut up, and play some games. Just enjoy it and let me know what you think.